Good evening. I would like to call this meeting to order. This is a special board meeting. Today is Friday, August 21st, 2026. It is 5 p.m. We will begin with the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct candidate interviews for Zone 2 and to potentially take action to appoint a candidate to fill that vacancy for the remainder of the Zone 2 position. At this time, I would like to share that after consultation with Dave and OSBA, I have decided to recuse myself from tonight's proceedings due to a prior business relationship and close relationship with the candidate. So I will hand the meeting over to Vice Chair Andy, and you guys will take it away. Thank you.
As Chair Aubrey mentioned, our sole agenda tonight is to conduct interviews for our Zone 2 vacancy. And as we get that process going, I just want to remind folks that like much of the work we do, this follows a policy. We have a policy labeled BBE called Vacancies on the Board. And that policy requires us to open up an application period publicly for at least 20 days, which we did back in late June and into July. Applicants are required to submit an application to the district office by a deadline. And after the applications are submitted, then our staff, the superintendent, will verify that applicants are eligible. So I just wanted to pause a moment and check in with you, Dave, that our applicant meets the criteria here of being an elector of the district, having resided in the district for a period of 1 year immediately preceding the appointment, be a resident of Zone 2 and not an employee of the district or a charter school located within the district.
Correct.
Okay.
We have verified that.
Okay. All right. We have one applicant tonight, Sarah King. And so, Sarah, if you want to invite you up here to sit behind a microphone, you get, oh yeah, that one right there. We are just going to go around and ask the questions that you have in front of you, and we'll just kind of make our way around. We have about 15 minutes set aside for the interview, and we also have the contents of your application. So all the things that you submitted to us, we have in front of us.
Okay, wonderful.
Any questions for us before we begin?
Nope.
All right.
Board Chair or Vice Chair, I have a point of clarification. Are we only able to ask these 5 questions, or can we have follow-up questions based on her answers or outside of these 5 questions?
We can have some follow-up questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially for things like clarifications or, you know, deeper information, that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I guess I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so
As we ask our questions, we can introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
I think you know who we all are, but it would just be good for us to introduce ourselves too.
James Wolver.
Thank you.
Yeah. This one's motivation and governance. What motivates you to serve on the Newberg Dundee School Board? How do you view the role of a board director in relation to the superintendent and district staff?
Sure. So I have been an advocate for our students and staff in the district for many years now, because I believe that a community's greatest asset, or one of a community's greatest assets, is its school system and its ability to grow and launch its future generation successfully into their future. So as an alumni of the district, it is a joy to participate in that process, being a community member, and of course, as a parent of 2 children currently in the district. I will say that, in my opinion, the role of a board director is to have a collaborative and engaging partnership with the superintendent and the staff, while respecting the governance structure and responsibilities for each of those roles and those groups.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi.
Saul Allen. As a board member, how will you listen to and engage respectfully with parents, staff, and community members whose viewpoints differ from your own?
Sure. Oftentimes, differing opinions are a great opportunity to seek clarity or collaboration. And so in that moment, I really am seeking to understand rather than seeking to agree. And so at that point, it is the intention to find ways to move forward. And that is my priority at that point. Yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
Andy Byerly, Zone 1. The next question is about student-centered decision-making. How will your professional background inform how you evaluate complex district information, policies, and budgets to ensure decisions focus on student success and safety?
Sure. So my day job, I work with pretty complex systems, primarily in software and supply chain. And so the joy of that is I get to work with a lot of incredible people. And one of the most important things and practices that I have come to appreciate is we begin with the end in mind. And that is we get very clear in the beginning, what is the objective or goal or decision we must make and ensure that everybody is on the same page. And that's not necessarily any different than what we would want to do here. We as a team would need to be clear what is the goal or decision or objective we're trying to achieve, and also ensure that our constituents are clear as well. And then I know that the next thing that we really spend a lot of time considering is use cases and solution testing. And that in this case translates to how does that impact the students that we serve? And so have we considered what the impact to our students and our families are, and ensuring that we're making the best possible choice for them?
Zone 3, Jeremy Hayden. Fiscal stewardship and priorities. What do you see as the top opportunities or challenges facing our school district over the next year, and how would you approach long-term sustainability?
We'll talk about challenges because it's more fun to end with opportunities. So challenges, I think that it is going to be a challenge to continue to provide excellent academic rigor and support to our students in the environment that we are currently navigating fiscally. And I also can imagine that it could become a challenge to retain excellent students and staff and families in this district because of that. And I know that we in this district are not alone, as many other districts in the state feel that same pressure. I think from an opportunities perspective, I think we still have the opportunity to celebrate the incredible work that our students are doing every day and their success, and also give thanks to our staff who are showing up with just as much dedication and hard work every day to serve each individual student. And that is beautiful to watch. And I think that for us as a board team, the opportunity is to continue to advocate and support as appropriate for funding opportunities. And it is our job and our duty, but also opportunity to ensure that we continue to maintain and be excellent stewards of the financial layout that we do have.
Thank you.
So our last structured question is about the upcoming election. So this appointment runs through June 30th of 2027 with a seat up for election in May of 2027. If appointed, do you plan to run to serve a full subsequent term?
The short answer is yes. I have seen the benefit of the continuity of service, and many of you have demonstrated that as well. So I fully intend to follow through on that as well.
Thank you.
Great. Well, that's the end of our prepared questions.
Okay.
I wanted to extend an opportunity for you to ask some questions of us if you have them.
I don't actually at this time, but thank you.
Mhm.
I've been studying and watching for some time, so I will reserve any that I have for later.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. I appreciate it though.
Any follow-up questions around the table here before we move into a time of discussion?
Yeah, I do. So, Sarah, I've only known you for a few years, but it's just our interactions. I know you, hands down, will do an awesome job here, and you would be well suited for being on the board and looking after our kids and our families and the direction of the school. So there's no question about that. The question or the concern I have is, and based on, I believe the school's legal team, there is no actual conflict of interest, but there could be a perceived conflict of interest based on your role in the past within the community helping with elections. Do you, if you see that as a concern at all?
To my knowledge, it is not a concern.
But do you feel it's a concern as a potential barrier at all? Okay. That's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarah. I
course.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Took lots of notes while you were responding. You are welcome to stay there. You're welcome to head back to your seat, whatever you is going to be most comfortable. We're going to enter just a short time of discussion here as we kind of move down our agenda. So Jeremy, I think you hit on a powerful point here, just in terms of, you know, there's a lot of folks that have been involved in this community and a lot of the work that we do. And I know that, you know, Sarah has been in this community for a long time. I mean, she mentioned being an alumna of Newberg schools. And I also know that our community is small enough that the odds are good that any of us will cross paths in different ways with different boards and organizations and agencies. And I appreciate that you led your comment with, you know, you have no doubt that she would serve well, being aware of the work that we do. So those are some of my initial thoughts.
I mean, just to follow up, I think it's a fair question to ask. I have no concern just because I feel like it'd be strange to have somebody not be eligible because of work they do in any sort of behalf of, you know, whether it's doing things for the school district or if you're talking about lobbying, any, like, as long as you're not, you know, breaking any clear ethical rules, I think it would be a problem to be like, oh, one time I was on I served on a staff of somebody running for office, so then I can't do that. I get the question, but I would say from my perspective that shouldn't be anything that should dissuade us either perceptually or otherwise, from my perspective.
Yeah, I think I would echo that. I think more I've thought about it too. I mean, we all had PACs. We all donated. I donated to most of you guys, I think, at one point or another, and vice versa. So it's kind of, I think, our job as school board directors is inherently somewhat political, despite us not wanting it to be, but we have to go through a political process to get here. So I think it'd be the same if it was someone who ran a PAC, you know, that didn't support. Yeah, I think it'd be the same thing. Well, at least you care. I think I look at it more as like, whatever way you're running is at least it's someone obviously that cares about the district. So I'm glad it was run through legal things like that. But, and yeah, I agree, it's a fair question. But I think it shows to anyone in the community that might have those concerns, the way I look at it is it just shows someone that, you know, truly cares about the schools and the community and is willing to put their, you know, reputation and finances on the line to further our schools. So
I would just say also concerning Sarah herself, like I have known her for a long time. Like you said, it's a small town. I grew up with her little brother. And from everything I know and have seen and her being a part of coming to these board meetings for years now, from what I can recall, I think that she is wildly qualified to become a part of this board. Regardless of the fact that there isn't another applicant at this point, like everything she wrote and has provided is, I think she will be a very strong part of our team moving forward.
Yeah, and just to, I guess, elaborate a little more on it, again, I 100% agree with everything. We had a lot of ethical things happen, and the original 5 that came on and swept the other side was because of the perception of stuff happening, and then some came true in a court of law. And I'm concerned about that, and that going through all those ethical trainings, and that was all. And if she feels there's no perceived, conflict, then I'm good with that. I just want to make sure that we are all independently thinking and coming to this board independently with our own thoughts and not having a potential what was 4 to 5 years ago. That's all.
I actually appreciate that you brought it up because I think that in this community, it's kind of an elephant in the room. And I think verbalizing that's very important. And so we have this discussion out in the open because I think, again, going back to the original crew here, the OGs, that was a big thing that I know that a lot of us ran on was transparency. And it was, and so I appreciate you actually bringing that because the last thing we ever want to do is be not transparent. So I think just calling stuff and bringing it into the open is the best way to do it. So appreciate you bringing that question actually. And let's having a discussion about it. So.
Some of the notes that I wrote down are giving thanks for our staff, beginning with the end in mind, having a clear idea of our goals, making the best possible choice for our students, providing academic support to our students during some financial hardships, listening to understand. And what strikes me about those things those are exactly the kinds of qualities that I see our board bringing to bear for our students. And I think that's the signal that I'm hearing through all of this is we need people who can continue to advocate for the amazing things that are happening here, who can stick with the hard times that are ahead of us this year and some of the hard conversations and deliberations that we're going to be having. While Sarah is the lone candidate or lone applicant for this position, the kinds of things that I'm hearing feel like a good deal of what we need. So that gives me a lot of hope.
I want to call out some of the other positives too that were in the packet. I just really appreciate that Sarah's a parent of kids in the district, and while I don't think that not being a parent of kids in the district should definitely or should like definitively exclude someone, I know that like if I am a voter voting for a director, my vote's gonna be a lot stronger towards someone who has children or has had children in the district because they have a vested interest. They have, they have children that they want to see succeed. There's not much love greater than a parent's, right? And so I think that having that in there, seeing that they want their children to succeed, they want all children to succeed. You see that someone's coming in for the right reasons. And so that's a huge thing for me. Again, regardless of how many applicants, this I think is one of the things and Sarah, what you wrote and a lot of the things really, spoke to me. And I just wanted to call that out, that there's just a lot of positives in there. And I'm very excited for her joining the board. I think that this will, having another very invested parent on this group can really help round us out. Because I think that as Nancy used to say, we do best when we're always going to do best if we focus on the students, and just coming back to that. I think that Sarah's really going to bring that. So
Any more discussion? Okay. If we feel clear to move forward, then we will entertain a motion for how to move forward with an appointment.
I move to appoint Sarah King to fill the Zone 2 Director vacancy on the Newberg Dundee Public Schools Board of Directors for a term ending June 30th, 2027.
I second.
We just had some discussion, but any further discussion? Okay. Dave, I noticed that just a quick point of clarification, our policy doesn't mention that we have to use a roll call vote, but I'm seeing that listed here.
It should be.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then we will do our voting by roll call. So Director Wolfer.
I vote aye.
Okay. Director Allen.
Aye.
Director Hayden.
Aye.
And my vote is aye as well. So that's 4 ayes. We have 1 recusal and 1 person in absentia. So 4 is a majority. So welcome to the school board. Welcome to the Newberg Dundee Public School Board of Directors. All right, we're going to invite you back up now because you have something very important to do.
Aubrey, you're probably good to come back up.
Yeah, it's done.
And this is not a like call and response kind of thing, so you whenever
Just reading this statement, that's right.
you are just reading that statement.
Ready?
And yeah, please come forward if anyone wants to record
Oh.
the momentous occasion. It's also going to be found on YouTube. and
Yes, you
posterity.
can watch it again and again. Okay.
It's your right hand.
So, oh yes, right hand. So I, Sarah King, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon, and the policies of the Newberg School District. During my term, I will honestly and impartially discharge the duties of the office of school board member to the best of my ability.
Fantastic. All right. Our agenda tonight was pretty much this purpose. And so our meeting is now adjourned at 5:25.